going on, guys? Snake Eyes here, playing some more Dark Souls 2, and in this video we're going to be doing a weapon showcase, and the weapon we're going to be showcasing today is the Malformed Skull. Now, if you don't know how to get the Malformed Skull, all you have to do is start at Sinner's Rise, start at the only bonfire that I believe that's in Sinner's Rise, take the elevator all the way down as if you're heading to the Lost Sinners boss fight, and farm these enhanced undead. They're pretty tough to deal if you're a little low level and don't have too strong equipment. They're kind of tough to deal with, but what I do is I pretty much funnel them out through fighting them in this little steps area before it gets into the water, and eventually they'll drop the Malformed Skull. But I also am gonna add this little extra bit where I found this false wall. I found out about it, I didn't get it, and I came back to do it right now since this was actually the perfect opportunity to actually go and get it. So if you guys haven't gotten this item, this ring and the bloodstone, I definitely recommend just going and picking it up. Take the path that I kind of took because I don't know what's out further. If you don't want to fall to your death, I definitely recommend just picking up the item and leaving there. If you decide to explore, let me know if you find something extra, because that'd be real cool to actually go check out. But me, I just wanted to get the item and the weapon and get out of there. But that's how you get the Malformed Skull. This was also a viewer requested video, and it was kind of cool because he requested it and I was actually gonna do it anyway, so that was kind of cool. And I'm really glad he wanted to see that, because that's actually something that I really wanted to do. Now, before I go into the base stats, I'm also going to show you guys a little something real quick. The description on this, it says possibly the skull of a dragon, a rare specimen, likely too rare to be swung about willy-nilly. And it does look like a dragon's head. It really does. I'm going to see if I can, I can't really put it on my back. It does really look like a dragon's head, but I'm actually going to transition into something right now. Let me know what you guys think. Me personally, I think the nose is a little too slanted, but check it out and let me know what you guys think. Now, okay, I know that's probably a little too much of a stretch, but when I saw the skull and I actually saw the weapon, I realized, I don't know, it looks kind of close. I don't want to say that it is a part of a rat's head, because as you can see, I actually figured out how to put it behind my back. As you can see, the top of the head has a horn, and I guess what would be the ears, or what would be close to the ears, it also has two horns. So it could be a dragon's, but I thought that was kind of cool that they looked somewhat similar. Like I said, I'm not trying to say that it is a rat's head. I'm just saying that it looked pretty close. And it doesn't say specifically that it is a dragon's head, so I figured I might as well speculate. But we're going to go ahead and get into the base stats of this weapon. It's actually not too bad, coming in at 245. The reason I got the negative right now is because I don't have it two-handed, but as soon as I switch it to two-handed, as soon as I put it on my other hand, I go ahead and get the bonuses that I would normally get. So as you can see, 35, and the reason I don't get that much of a bonus is because it requires 35 strength and 7 dexterity. Now, whatever half of 35 is, I'm not going to do the math. That's what you need to be able to wield it two-handed. But one thing that you need to note is it only has 20 durability and it has no scaling. Now, this is pretty interesting, but at the same time, it actually kind of makes sense, because it has some really strong base damage, and this is the type of weapon that you would want to use if you were going to infuse it with raw. Basically, what raw does is it totally takes away all the scaling of a weapon, and what it does is it gives it increased base damage. Now, this is perfect for this weapon because it has no scaling, so you're not losing anything from that, and what you're gaining is increased base damage. But the balancing factor of this is they gave it really low durability, so it's not something you can complete an area with. This is not a weapon that people are going to be running around with and using very often. Maybe with PvP, but that's yet to be seen. It's still a pretty interesting weapon, and I really like it. It weighs 12 pounds, and pretty much that's all there is to it as far as the stats and all that go. I went ahead and transitioned up here with Salden, and we're gonna go ahead and get into the moveset, but I'm actually gonna jump down because I don't want to accidentally hit anybody. The two-handed moveset I'm gonna start off with is pretty standard for a great hammer. I really like it because it can actually deal some pretty decent damage. I was messing around with it while I was in the Lost Bastille, and I really like that slam attack, and it follows it up with a spinning attack. That's something I really like. We're going to go ahead and do the one-handed attacks, but keep in mind that they're actually slower than they could be. And I'm still showing this because you guys say that you still want to see them. So just keep in mind that this is not as fast as the attacks can be. The rolling attack is pretty standard. I really like it because that's kind of a little surprise attack. Usually it follows it up with a slam, but I like how it has a side swipe. The back step attack, I actually haven't seen it yet, but there you go, it's a slam. It's still not too bad. The running attack is also a pretty decent slam attack as well. Overall, there's a lot of variety as far as the moveset goes. Not too much, but enough to keep the player guessing if that's what you're really trying to do. The jump attack is the same as always, and that's pretty much all there is you really need to know about this weapon. I definitely recommend putting the raw infusement on there. That's probably the route that I'm gonna go, and keep in mind the durability is kind of a deal breaker for me, but it's still a nice weapon to mess around with. So let me know how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, take care.